Listen, I don't know if you get this, but is it just me or are you always hearing people talk about motivation? Is motivation the thing? I hear so many people saying, well, I'm motivated to do this or I'm not motivated to do this. And a lot of us put a lot of energy into doing things only when we're motivated to do it. And if we're not motivated, we don't do it. Well, I used to think the same way, but I'm here to tell you it's not about motivation. Achieving your goals and dreams isn't about motivation. It's about discipline. And I'm going to break it down to you coming up next. Let's go. You're listening to the Grind and Gratitude Show. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Grind and Gratitude Show. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you so much. If you're an avid listener of the Grind and Gratitude Show podcast, you know I got a lot of love for you. Now, I am Danny Stone, also known as Coach Stone, is in the building. I help hero entrepreneurs, coaches, consultants, authors speak to make more impact, income, and influence. I'm also the founder of Champion You, an online academy that helps entrepreneurs grow their businesses. I got a couple of books out, but who cares about all that? What I'm here to talk to you about today is this. I hear so much talk about motivation. I need to be motivated to go to the gym. Or I'm just not motivated to apply for that job. I'm not motivated to make that phone call. Or I'm motivated and I'm inspired today, so I'm going to take action on my goals and dreams. And there's this talk about motivation. And I used to think the same thing. I used to think, look, I have to be motivated to achieve my goals and my dreams. And if I'm not motivated today, then I'm just not going to do something towards them. Right? Like I used to just give myself that out. Okay, I'm not motivated, so I'm not going to the gym. Okay, I'm not motivated, so I'm not going to, make phone calls for my business or send out emails. I'm just not motivated. And what I learned to understand through coaches and through reading books and through attending seminars and following really successful people is they don't talk about motivation. Highly successful people don't talk about motivation. They talk about clarity, focus, and discipline. See, they understand that motivation gets you started and discipline gets you across the finish line. And so there's this conversation about motivation and discipline. And I'm here to tell you, like for me personally, yes, I need to be motivated to get started. But getting started, even if you're not completely motivated, is that first step on the journey to success. But once you start, you need to be disciplined. You need to take action every single day toward your goals and your dreams. If you have a business, you need to be doing things towards your business every single day. If you're looking for another job, you need to be applying for jobs every single day. If you have financial goals, you need to be looking at your money and how to invest and save money and cut costs every single day. That's how you achieve your biggest goals and your dreams. And so for a lot of us, we think that we need to be motivated to take action. Like when I first thought about writing a book, I thought about writing a book like maybe 15 or 20 years ago. I thought about it. I used to dream about being on a stage saying, hey, here's my book, and telling people that I wrote a book. And I would just think about it all the time. And then I wasn't really motivated because I didn't know how to write a book. So every time I would start to sit down and write it, I would say, oh, Coach Stone, you're not qualified. You can't write a book. You've never written a book before. No one's going to listen to you. And because I had that negative self-talk and I wasn't motivated, I thought I had to be motivated to get started. I just never did anything. And then for many, many years, I just never tried to write a book. And then I sat down one day and I was inspired to actually get started. And I actually wrote down the title and I wrote down like some chapter ideas. And then I remember the next day I woke up and I did something towards it. And then I stopped. I didn't do anything. See, I didn't have the discipline. I didn't have the habits. I didn't have that. And so every time I thought about writing the book, I was like, oh, I'm just not motivated today. It's not about motivation. And once I realized that achieving your goals and your dreams isn't about being motivated, it's about being disciplined. It's about removing the friction, and it's about creating habits. That's when I actually started taking action. I started making a plan. I started executing every single day. I would write every day on the train, on my iPhone, going to and from work. That's how I wrote my first book, You Have the Keys, Now Drive. I would say about 80+% of that book was written on my iPhone and my iPad, commuting to and from work. Why? Because I was disciplined. I had focused, dedicated time to take action towards that goal and that dream. And because I did that, I wrote my book in 12 weeks, had it on Amazon, and it's reached readers around the world. Now, I'm not saying I'm this best-selling author. I'm not saying that I've sold millions of books. I haven't. I've sold maybe a few thousand copies of my book. But I can tell you this. My book is in the hands of readers in different countries. People have reached out to me saying, Coach Stone, your book, it helped me to see something different. It helped me to take action. It helped me to get refocused. It helped me to stop beating myself up. It helped me to build my confidence. It helped me to start a book. It helped me to quit my job and do something I love. It helped me to start my own organization, my own charity. These are the messages I get from people who've read my book. Why is the book out there? Because I was disciplined. I decided to take daily action. I decided to get some habits in place that were going to help me to be successful. Maybe you're sitting here right now and you're thinking, well, I really should, start this business. I really should write this business plan. I really should go to the gym. I really should start this side hustle. I really should write this book. I really should start this podcast, but I'm just not motivated. So maybe I'll do it tomorrow. How many times have you said that to yourself? How many times have you said tomorrow and tomorrow hasn't come? I'm not trying to talk down to you. I'm your coach. What I'm trying to let you know is I've been there. I've lied to myself. I've made the excuse about not being motivated. Do you think Serena Williams was motivated every day to wake up at early in the morning and practice? Do you think Michael Jordan was motivated? Do you think Tiger Woods was motivated? Do you think Jeff Bezos was motivated every day? Do you think these people are motivated every single day to get up and do the hard things that they don't want to do? Do you think Tony Robbins is motivated every day? He motivates people, but do you think he's motivated to do all of the hard things he has to do every day? It's not about motivation. It's about discipline. Discipline over motivation. I want you to repeat after me. You're my co-host. I want you to repeat after me. Okay? Repeat after me. Discipline over motivation. Discipline over motivation. When you learn to become more disciplined, you'll beat the person who has talent any day. Discipline can beat the most talented person. There's a lot of talented speakers. There's a lot of talented athletes. There's a lot of talented writers. There's a lot of talented dancers. There's a lot of talented doctors. There's a lot of talented dentists. There's a lot of talented lawyers. There's a lot of talented coaches. There's a lot of talented consultants. There's a lot of talented singers, actors, dancers. They're talented. But the people who put in the most work, who are the most disciplined, who continue to get better every day, will beat those talented people every day. There's a ton of people who are more talented speakers than me. There's a ton of people who are probably more talented coaches than me. But I put in the work every single day to be a better coach, a better consultant, a better speaker, a better communicator. And because I'm putting in that work, I'm getting better and better and better. You can't rely on talent. You can't rely on motivation. You got to be disciplined. You got to take action every single day if you want to be the go-to person in your industry, if you have a message you want to get out to the world, you got to be disciplined. You got to do something towards that every single day. And when you do, and you have a plan, you're going to see results. You're going to see how far you've come because you have a plan and you're doing something every day towards that goal or that dream. You're going to get closer and closer and closer and closer to making it a reality. But stop lying to yourself saying, I'm not motivated. And because I'm not motivated, I'm just not going to do something today. It's not about motivation. It's about discipline. And I've had to learn that. Like I've had to learn that with so many things in my life. When I wanted to quit my corporate job and start my own business, I kept lying to myself. Oh, tomorrow I'll do some research about coaching and consulting, or tomorrow I'll look into this, or tomorrow I'll make those. And tomorrow never came until I decided that I wanted to, one, get started, and then two, take action every day until that goal became a reality. So I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about this because so many of my coaching clients over the years have said this to me. Hey, Coach Stone, I just wasn't motivated to make those business calls. Or the reason I didn't do it is because I wasn't motivated. Or they mask motivation with all these other excuses. I never had time. A lot of people say they don't have time. If you really want something, you'll make time. Don't let procrastination and the lack of motivation stop you from creating the life that you want, the life that you deserve. So we got to stop telling ourselves those lies. It's discipline over motivation. You just got to get started, make a plan, and decide that you're going to do at least one thing towards each of your big goals every day. And I promise you, in 90 days, 180 days, 1 year, you will be so much further ahead, you'll surprise yourself. So I'm going to get a t-shirt that says discipline over motivation. Remember where you heard it first, from Coach Stone. And I'm going to be wearing that t-shirt all the time to remind myself that even on those days I don't feel like, doing something towards my goals and my dreams and my business, it's not about me being motivated. It's about me being disciplined. So that is the message for this episode of the Grind and Gratitude Show. I hope it resonated with you. I hope it connected with you. And I hope that you get more discipline around the things that you want, because your life could look a lot different in 90 days. It can look a lot different in 180 days or even a year. Now is your time. Thank you so much for being my co-host on this episode of the Grind and Gratitude Show. I really, really appreciate it. And I am looking forward to catching you in the next episode. By the way, if you love the podcast, make sure that you leave a review or subscribe here on YouTube and leave a comment. I read all of the comments and I respond to all of the comments. And if you really love the episode, make sure you share it with somebody. Sharing is caring. That's it, everybody. I will catch you in the next episode. Take care.